For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
The island records 2 homicides over the long weekend. 1 man shot is in critical condition as well. Coming up in the broadcast, you'll be hearing from Rick Wayne speaking about Lisa Jawayer and what is happening at the Water and Sewage Company, WASCO. Why is WASCO yet to prove that water is life? That's our NewsSpin question of the day. And unfortunately, some of the telephone operators in the control room at WASCO, they have come in for some verbal abuse. Unwarranted, but we can understand that a lot of people are frustrated and tired of this unreliable service that is being provided by the utility company. That a whole lot more between now and 2 o'clock this afternoon during the second segment. My guest is the United Workers' Party candidate for Grozile. She was called to the scene, or she accidentally stumbled upon the scene of a fire and had to take on the role of a firefighter along with some of her supporters. Get ready to call at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. And Amanda is already going through some of the comments in the chat room, and she'll be sharing the content with us. We hear from the island's Prime Minister, Minister for National Security. You can recall just recently that the president of the PWA, and that is Mr. Cameron Law, called in to this program. I did not call him. He called in. And he addressed a number of issues pertaining to the police, in particular, the non-payment of insurance for his members, and by the government, and in particular, specifically, the National Security Ministry. And he stated that the insurance can be cancelled. It has not been paid for about 6 months. Well, the Prime Minister of St. Lucia's issued a statement And in that statement, the Prime Minister says that there is money to pay the police insurance. Let us hear now from Mr. Pierre on this.
The way the insurance is paid by invoices. The invoices went to the Police Welfare Association. That's where the invoices go. Only yesterday, the Permanent Secretary got a copy of the invoices, and I have copies of them, and when they came across to the Ministry of National Security. There is money to pay the police insurance. The money was voted for. There is money to pay it, but you must pay it from an invoice. The insurance company themselves admitted that they were late. No police has been denied any insurance coverage because of that. So to believe that you can gain mileage by misinforming about the insurance is not right. I want to assure the police that we've ordered all the ballistic vests, and we have absolutely no problems with cash flow to pay the insurance. Absolutely no problems. Once the invoices arrive, the insurance is going to be paid. And I want to thank them for what they do.
So there from the island's Prime Minister, National Security Minister, Mr. Philip J. Pierre. It is a case of submitting the invoice according to him, and the insurance will be paid. On the line, we have the president of the Police Welfare Association, Mr. Cameron Law. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, Tim. How are you?
I'm okay. How about you?
I'm doing very well, thanks.
Okay. So you would have heard the statement issued by the Prime Minister and National Security Minister regarding the payment of the insurance on behalf of the police. He says that according to him, there is money to pay the police insurance. It is a case of getting the invoice. Your reaction?
Timothy, I don't like calling people liars, and I certainly will never refer to the Prime Minister as that. Your show, of course, does not subscribe to it either. But it's either somebody or some people are misleading the Prime Minister, and in some cases, the Prime Minister knows better than what he has said. Because this problem, Timothy, it is not a yesterday's problem. It is not a 6 months ago problem. It is not a problem from a year ago. This problem has been for 3 years and counting. Every single time within the last 3 years plus that we have had to pay this policy to the insurance, we have had to pay it in arrears. And every single time the invoices have been submitted. So this is not, the Prime Minister should know that, and he knows that. When we have to pay this insurance policy, we have to be running around to the PS, to Treasury, to our accounts department, to also ensure that this insurance policy is facilitated. As we speak now, the insurance policy has expired. And you know why we have not been able to renew the policy? It is because we have been asking, we have written to Commissioner, we have gone to the PS, we have gone to the HR department, requesting a manpower audit. And without a proper accounting of every police officer, we cannot renew the policy. 6 months we were asking for this. And we have not been able to give, we were not able to receive a manpower audit for 6 months. Surprisingly, Tim, it has become a public conversation. And on Friday the 3rd, we received the manpower audit after 6 months. The insurance company called me, and the agent also called me, indicating that they are unable, the invoices that are being submitted are short only because there have been new recruitment in the force, and these persons are not appearing on the invoices. And every police officer is supposed to be accounted for. Timothy, for the Prime Minister to say that the money has been damaged as a result of invoicing, Timothy, we had not been paid from June to March, part of the 6 months. All invoices were in place. All of them were with the accounts department and treasury. We had not been paid for these months, June to March. Sorry, we were not paid from March to June, right? The invoices that the Prime Minister speaks of now, and I have in my possession an apology letter from the insurance agent for not having submitted 3 invoices from July to September, Tim. These are the only invoices that were not available, only because had they submitted those invoices, it would have been shut because the manpower audit was not available. So for the Prime Minister to speak the language that he spoke, knowing better, knowing that it is not the fault of the Police Welfare Association, we have a letter of apology, right? We have invoices in there, and we only got those monies but a week ago only because it came out in the public, Timothy. You understand? And for the Prime Minister to come out and say it is the Welfare Association's fault that the invoices were not submitted, but invoices were submitted from March to June, and they still were not paid. And as I said to you earlier, it is 3 years and counting. This problem has been there. We have written to the Permanent Secretary lamenting the fact that this policy has not been paid and serviced regularly and in a timely manner, and it runs the risk of being cancelled. We have written on that, Timothy. The Prime Minister knows. He knows that. The Commissioner knows. The PS knows. The Accounts Department knows. Our HR department knows how many times we have been to them asking for this manpower audit for the last 3 months, for 3 months. Not the 6 months that I spoke of. That's for 3 months, right? As we speak today, the invoices that were submitted, the most recent invoices, it is short. It does not adequately represent the entire police force because we had not received the manpower audit, or the insurance company had not received the manpower audit that we've been requesting for 6 months. So like I said, I'm not going to be calling anybody liars. And for the Prime Minister to speak on the fact that there is money to be paid, Timothy, and the storeroom has nothing in there. Police officers cannot get uniforms. There is money to be paid. Timothy, I'm very, very surprised at the Prime Minister when he says that, because I know he knows better. I know the Prime Minister knows that this issue with paying the insurance policy in a timely manner has existed for more than 3 years. He knows that. And every single time that we have had to pay this insurance policy, we have had to pay it in arrears. We have had to be asking the insurance agent or the insurance company to bear with us. We're trying to see that this thing is settled. So you don't come and blame the Welfare Association today. We are not the one responsible for the manpower audit. It is from the office of the Commissioner to give the directive, and we wrote to the Commissioner of Police. And the manpower audit, the invoices that he spoke of, was only for the last 3 months, July to September. And surprisingly, it becomes a public conversation, and a manpower audit suddenly finds itself in the emails of the Police Welfare Association. You understand?
What accounts?
This.
Mm-hmm. You're saying?
Yes, sir. I'm listening to you, Tim.
Yes. What accounts for the delay, as far as you are aware? It's as a result of inaction on the part of which particular department?
Timothy, as far as I know, the invoices comes from the insurance agent to the Welfare Association, and it has been submitted in a timely manner every month. You understand? every time we go to the accounts department, we're told that they have submitted the request to Treasury for payments. Go to Treasury, all we're told then, the payments are not ready as yet. The payments are not ready as yet. We're seeing it on the system, but it has not been approved. We're seeing it on the system, it has not been approved. These are the answers that we've been getting for our question. So if there's money to be paid, why are they seeing it on the system at Treasury and it is not being approved?
And interesting enough, that Prime Minister is the National Security Minister and also Minister...
He is the National Security Minister.
And Minister with responsibility for finance. What are the implications of those delays for the police officers who have to be out there in the field, and the possibility of them being injured, the possibility of them losing their lives while they are on the job?
Timothy, the insurance company could decide that the policy has lapsed, and it is not in effect, and they're not making any payments. Thankfully, as I've said before, we have had a very good relationship with the insurance company, and they have always, had patience with us as it relates to paying this policy. They've always worked with us whilst we try to get the payment. I wrote to the PS up till recently in May, asking the PS to regularize those payments, because the implications are dire for the police officers and the families of those police officers who pass, and those police officers who get injured during in duty, or whether on or off duty. And some police officers have called me, today. Some police officers have called me and said, "Come on, did you hear the Prime Minister say there is money and the storeroom has nothing? They cannot get uniforms. They cannot get basic things like toilet tissue and paper towels sometimes." And he speaks of there being money as Minister of Finance and National Security Minister. And the Prime Minister is one who touts that I care about the police because my father was a police officer, Tim. Tim, there are a lot of things that I could speak of that I'm not saying, There are many things that I could speak of. And only because I'm in a place where I'm staring down the barrels of retirement, I'm containing myself. But when Prime Minister comes out and speaks like that, and I see something came out from SNO, Central News Online, over the weekend, it upsets me. And I'm not going to allow anybody to cause, to create the perception that I'm not speaking the truth.
So what was that information on SNO?
The Prime Minister knows that the very same thing that the Prime Minister repeated, that it is the fault of the Welfare Association. The Prime Minister knows. It has been 3 years plus, and I will say it and I will repeat it. The Prime Minister knows. He knows of the situation of this insurance. And that's not an insurance policy between the government and NAGICO. It is with the Police Welfare Association and NAGICO. Every $75 from every police officer's salary goes towards that insurance policy.
On a monthly basis?
No issue.
On a monthly basis? Okay. And it is automatically deducted? And it's automatically deducted?
It is automatic. There's a memorandum of understanding between the government and the Welfare Association that this $75 will be paid to the Welfare Association, who would facilitate the payment to the insurance company. The only reason why it goes directly to the Welfare Association, it is we do not want there to be any red tape in case we decide to change insurance companies, that we will have to go through the process all over again, redirecting money from Treasury. So we pay it directly from the Welfare Association to the insurance company. And that is the position. You
made reference to retirement. When are you scheduled to go on to retirement?
Very, very soon, Tim. Very soon, probably in about a month or two.
Okay, all right. Well, we wish you all the best, sir. Any final comments from you?
I just wish that the persons who are responsible for ensuring that this insurance policy is serviced as it is supposed to be serviced on a monthly basis, cause it to happen, because it has not been happening in that way for 3 years plus. And the Prime Minister knows. And when police officers call me to tell me that the Prime Minister speaks of there is money and they can't even get uniforms, the storeroom has nothing in there. It leaves a lot to be desired.
And you have been a police officer for how long, Mr. Law?
27 years, Timothy.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for speaking with us on this afternoon's NewsSpin program.
Thank you very much, Tim.
All right, you just heard there from the president of the Police Welfare Association, sounding very irate, but addressing a very serious issue nonetheless. And what would have caused him to speak with us on this particular insurance matter is a statement that was issued by the Prime Minister, National Security Minister, Minister with responsibility for finance, Mr. Philip J. Pierre. In case you missed it, what we will do is to play that statement again, in case you're just joining the broadcast.
The way the insurance is paid by invoices. The invoices went to the Police Welfare Association. That's where the invoices go. Only yesterday, the Permanent Secretary got a copy of the invoices, and I have copies of them, and when they came across to the Ministry of National Security. There is money to pay the police insurance. The money was voted for. There is money to pay it, but you must pay it from an invoice. The insurance company themselves admitted that they were late. No police has been denied any insurance coverage because of that. So to believe that you can gain mileage by misinforming about the insurance is not right. I want to assure the police that we've ordered all the ballistic vests, and we have absolutely no problems with cash flow to pay the insurance. Absolutely no problems. Once the invoices arrive, the insurance is going to be paid. And I want to thank them for what they do.
Prime Minister, Minister with responsibility for national security and finance, Mr. Philip J. Pierre. One other issue, I know that many of you on the island have gone without potable water in some cases for an entire month, and you have been calling on NewsSpin to issue a call on your behalf to the Water and Sewage Company for what is a perennial problem, the lack of water in your taps. And we have to say that, unfortunately, this is a problem that will continue to linger. And we continue to hear from Wasco that they're trying to remedy that issue. The NewsSpin question of the day: why is Wasco yet to prove that water is life? Why is Wasco yet to prove that water is life? And some people, naturally, they are irate. They are frustrated. And they have been calling Wasco's control room, and unfortunately, they have been verbally abusing some of the individuals. Here is one example of this.
First day, no water.
Control, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Wasco?
Wasco Control, good morning.
Are you sounding like you're so rough? I'd just like to pass on a message.
That's fine, go ahead.
So just on behalf of the people of Babono and everybody, I'd like to tell you
Obviously, we had to put the bleep in there because I'm sure you're privy to what he said, the expletives that were used. Well, you have the CEO of the Water and Sewage Company, Zilta George Leslie, coming to the defense of her workers. She's saying, please cease that kind of practice where you are either harassing or verbally attacking the employees of the Water and Sewage Company because of those water shortages that we continue to experience on the island.
The harsh criticism, especially the latest ones where they actually are calling into our control room and abusing our staff, it is not something that we take very lightly. We understand the plight of every citizen that is without a supply, which is why we are doing everything we can.
The head of Wasco, Zilta George Leslie. One other issue, perennial homicide after homicide occurring in St. Lucia. Over the weekend, St. Lucia recorded 2 homicides. 8:10 a.m., a shooting incident on Sunday at Mont Sepin over in Grosley. 35-year-old Neil Parker, a resident of the area, was shot and killed. And also on Saturday, there was a shooting incident in the wee hours of that day at about 2:45 a.m. Police responded to a shooting over in Dennery. The shooting victim identified as 24-year-old Jay Collymore of the same area. There's also another shooting on Saturday, this time in Soufrière, which left one man in critical condition. Let's hear from you right now at 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Good afternoon to you, Amanda. I see you going through some of the messages. Let's see if we can get a report from you. The first one.
Good afternoon, Tim. Good afternoon, News Spinners. Tim, a few comments from me, and News Spinner says here, Wasco has become very inefficient of late since there are square pegs in round holes. A commentary reads, so the policemen are lying, PJP? A News Spinner says, this man is not to be trusted. Another commentary says, when were the invoices sent? Someone says there, so why did it take the PWA president to bring it up for the Prime Minister to update and reassure us? Is it a case of it's not your business? A commentary reads, so what the Prime Minister is saying is that the insurance premium was not paid because the insurance company did not submit an invoice for 6 months. What does the Prime Minister take us for? And News Spinner says, we all know that there's no issue with cash flow because we see it every Sunday on display. Another commentary reads, some police officers will still go and vote against themselves. Commentary says, Prime Minister Pierre has lost it. Someone with accounting skills, you just threw the government's accounts department in the train track, Prime Minister. Commentary says allowing the insurance for law enforcement to lapse signals a failure at the highest levels of leadership, especially from the Prime Minister who holds ultimate responsibility for national governance. Pierre must go.
We have a call. Thank you so much, Amanda. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon, Tim. How are you?
I'm okay, ma'am. How about you?
I'm fine, one day at a time. Tim, I heard what's the lady's name, the CEO at Wasco, talking about people abusing their staff.
Yes.
As much as I'm not in favor of people calling and cursing, but Wasco must realize they're abusing us, Tim. 5 days I stayed without water. Wasco is abusing us.
In some instances, people are without. In some instances, caller, people are without water for an entire month.
For weeks. So when she talks, she's never mentioned about what the inconvenience, but she can talk about people abusing her staff. Well, I understand people's frustrations, because I called when I realized it was going on 3 days, because I didn't hear any notice. Maybe I didn't hear it on the radio. And the woman was a little, from the time I opened my mouth and I said about water, Tim, her tone of voice changed and she was on the defensive. But I just, after a while, I just said, you know what, I said, well, when is the world? She was like, I just left her alone. I said, okay, and I hung up. Because I realized she already put on that tone. You can, when you're talking to somebody and they answer the way they answer you, she has to train some of her staff as to how to answer the phone. And sometimes, Tim, you call in Wasco, the number over and over and over, half an hour, nobody picks up, Nobody picks up. And Wasco always want to raise the price of water on people. You know how many years, Tim, Wasco say they're fixing new pipes, they're running new pipes, and every time pipes always busting. If it's a problem they have with the old system, run a new system. And whilst you're running the new system, okay, we're still on the old system. And then when you all finish, open the new lines. Why you all want to fix a piece that burst there, fix another piece that burst there? If the lines are old, there will always be a problem. And you're making money. Before people owe in 1 month, 2 months, you're on the back to disconnect them already. Miss George have to rectify what's happening at Wasco before she come and talk about respecting her staff. Thank you, team.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. 716-2026. Let's see if we have a WhatsApp message. And somebody's merely asking a question. Tim, where is Nemo? Well, place a call to that agency and find out. We have another call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin.
Yes,
You're on the air.
Good afternoon, my brother. Good
Yes.
afternoon, Timmy.
Good afternoon to you, Patu.
And Amanda. Yeah.
Good afternoon, caller.
Just like everybody else from last week, I've been trying to get that program so I could have thanked the gentleman that brought me the phone to me, but it's just today that's my lucky day.
Yes.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What really happened to me, the gentleman had promised he would have bring the phone for me on Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he brought it the Saturday before the Monday.
Right.
So it was not this Saturday, it was last Saturday. So maybe it's about a 10 or how many days I have the phone. But I had some work to do on it before I could have, to program the phone. Okay?
Yeah.
But let us go forward. That gentleman, he's from Strazel, Mogul Strazel, and his name is Thomas Eugene. They call him Black Man, and his NewsSpin name is The Welder. We call him The Welder. He came to me the Saturday to me. I don't know him, he did not know me. But he found my home, and he gave me the phone. And after giving me the phone, he told me, Patu, I don't know you, but look at phone, I'm giving you a new phone. I put a screen on it for you. I put a case, and I put another double case on it, and I'm giving you $50. So should in case, at least you will put in a SIM or something. And when you organize it, you will call me. I will put a month plan on it for you. And Papa is just the beginning. You did not ask, but you received. But I will come over with my wife, and I will spend some time with you. And I just want to say big thanks to that young man. Okay, big thanks. So
a good Samaritan.
Good Samaritan. Yeah. And they say yesterday was Thanksgiving, but today is my Thanksgiving day that I can just take that little time to say big thanks to him and all the other news spinners that did not hear me and they were concerned, and then you call me. If it was not that, the message would not be out there. So big thanks to each and everyone, TV.
Okay.
So I just want to thank God for that, and it is working. So you'll hear from me more often. Okay,
Pato, looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for calling.
So you take care.
Yes, and the gentleman in question, thank you so much for extending that generosity to another new spinner, Pato. 4522979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. And let's see if we have a WhatsApp message. Okay, but I think we have a call. We'll go to that call. Good afternoon. You are on the air. Hello. Hello.
Tim.
Yes,
Good
caller.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Tim, Philip Mossos always don't know how things are being paid every month.
No. Let's give the Prime Minister the respect that comes with his office. The Prime Minister, Philip J. Pierre.
Est-ce qu'il passe à bills qu'a payé tous les mois?
Especially insurance, because super pay insurance la, it collapse.
Philip Mossos always perhaps I hear about. Bye-bye, Tim.
Okay, caller. Thank you so much. 4522979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We have some stubborn callers to the program. Let's see if we have a WhatsApp message. Somebody says that good time is very frustrating. I was out of water for almost 8 days. No communication from Wasco. Also, whether you use the water or not, you still have to pay. This is not right. Very unfair. Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Somebody says they're shaking my head. Don't know what is going on with the Prime Minister in terms of the Police Welfare Association. Another WhatsApp message. Wasco stopped the desilting. Why? The past 4+ years with no explanation. A process which would allow for more water to be stored. And another WhatsApp message. Okay, somebody says they're via WhatsApp. It says there via WhatsApp, I cannot believe that the government politicians can be so heartless. They claim to put people first, but how could they show up in communities launching candidates where people are without water in some cases for months? They're not concerned whether the people they are among giving room and entertainment, spending hundreds of thousands, have even had a bath. No party who comes campaigning to the public and does not speak about its plans for Wasco does not deserve to be in government. The people should resist them vehemently. Over to you, Amanda. Let's find out again what's happening in the chat room.
Tim, continuing from earlier, NewsSpin says here, we need a statement from the insurance company in the matter. A commentary reads, officers now risk their lives daily without the protection of a basic insurance policy. That is not only dangerous, it's demoralizing and reckless. SLP must go. A NewsSpin says, and here another problem is being brought to the public's attention, the manpower audits, part of which has to confirm every single police officer on staff has been outstanding for 3 months. Where are the administrators of the police force? Mr. Commissioner, say something. Another commentary reads, why is the government playing with the insurance of its police force? Shake my head. Someone says your PJP showing you where his priorities lie in his campaign, not the people. The quote is read. Commentary says there's money to be paid, so why not pay it? What is the hold? Commentary says there will be a paid political presentation of the bulletproof vests, Vanguard, who's leading the RSLPF. Another commentary says the commissioner is complicit. Why hasn't he said anything on behalf of his men? This man is a waste of intimacy. Commentary says this also brings to light that the systems in place for conducting business within government agencies is archaic and needs to be changed forthwith. Someone says here, when I tell you that the country is not being governed well, no one can convince me otherwise. They are using the funds to secure votes and not govern the country holistically. Commentary says PJP disbanded the K9 unit and now he is attempting to disband the entire police force. Commentary says an administration that knows just how to play politics and not govern and lead. A NewsSpinner says they're putting you first only when convenient to them.
Thank you so much, Amanda. WhatsApp message. Just to confirm with Wasco, why is it that people at Timon have not had water up the hill for over a month? We are sick of that treatment. We are thirsty and need a bath. We have to purchase drinking water we cannot afford. Please, we are in great need. Please help. That's according to a WhatsApp message. Another one says there, Tim, how about the new political party? I'm not hearing anything from them. Another WhatsApp message. Tim Belvy, Grosy Lane needs water. It's been almost 3 weeks. We have no water. And another comment. Tim, residents of Nobe have not had water ever since Reno started working on the roads. When you call Wasco to ask about water distribution, they are not polite. And another WhatsApp message. Was Tyson qualified the claim, and who will send in that claim to draw 75 Gs? That's according to a WhatsApp message. Another one says there, Tim, we need water in Beausejour. That's according to a WhatsApp message. We're trying to go through as many of your messages as possible. And interesting times ahead, Tim. Never be surprised by what happens in politics. We have a call on the line. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air. Hello. Good afternoon.
Tim, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Good afternoon, Amanda.
Good afternoon, caller.
Now, Timothy, you would be surprised that the police have not got paid. The police insurance have not got paid. Tim, every weekend luncheon, we have heard that more than $400,000 worth of spending, you know, Tim. Spending money. Tim, there is a famous billboard when you reach in the Azure Gap. You know what Azure Gap is, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do.
And this particular board or whole sheet of plywood, I don't know whoever somebody put it down or thereabout, had a photo of the new candidate for the Labour Party there. And Tim, as soon as that was done, another one was put up, you know. And you could see the plywood, the whole sheet board is down. They did not even go back and put it. They replaced that, you know, Tim. Quickly, that was replaced. If every weekend luncheon, $400,000 of taxpayers have to spend for that, you believe these people care about that? And more, because there's luncheon almost every weekend by the Labour Party. In fact, good time, fun, Blanco, Bacchanal, you believe that is the police they care about? And let me commend Mr. Law for not being one of those cowards, whether he will be gone retirement soon and he would just have to speak his mind. But let me commend him for being so brave and to stand for his men and take a stand and do not compromise with reckless behavior by politicians. And I can call it reckless because you need the police team to go out there and do their job and do it efficiently for you. But a simple thing such as insurance to protect, the police are putting the title on the line for you. The police intend to come. None of us don't know whether gunmen will take them on literally, take them on and kill them. And you mean to tell me you can, but now you can come. There's money there to be paid. There's money there. Of course, there's money for every weekend. Every weekend block, launching block one back and all. There's money for that. But there's no money now in the kitty now. And you hear me say even uniform. The police need new uniforms. And the police, your law enforcement. And look at you as National Security Minister. And I don't know what I can say again for this man. He's not qualified for nothing, to lead nothing in St. Lucia. Nothing whatsoever. The man just don't want to admit that he don't know what he's doing. And I don't know why those who are mount him, who supposed to be more clever and more responsible, at least give him some idea. The man is just you can expose your police officers, your men, which you claim your father was not a police officer, into a risk on the operation, day-to-day operation. More and more there's illegal firearm in the country. I come in wild. You know, you can have your man exposed to that. But come on another show, so there's money there, there's money to be paid, and money, and this is that. Pay the damn money. And let the guy do what they have to do to secure the same people that you want vote from them. Well, I don't know, St. Lucia become a laughing shame on St. Lucia. St. Lucia bleeding for leadership. St. Lucia bleeding for accountability, transparency. St. Lucia is just in a mess, and more St. Lucia will go down in history. I cannot wait to see an election to see whether St. Lucia cannot get back into a state of normalcy, Mr. Poleon. And the Labour Party does not have that to put St. Lucia in a state of... I don't even want to talk about crime. You mentioned about the 2 months every weekend. That is becoming a normal life in St. Lucia right now. It is a day-to-day affair. The code is red, but the blood of those young people are shed is in red. Their blood are not yellow, not black, not blue. Red blood are shed every day like the code is red. Have a blessed day, boss.
You too, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Somebody says that, Tim, I live in Canada, and when I hear what's happening in St. Lucia, it makes my heart ache. And let me see if I have another WhatsApp message. And somebody says there via WhatsApp, Tim, for more than 2 months, we cannot use the Lepanse to Chase Garden Road. I want to know from our MP, Mr. King, what is going on. Now on the water end, almost 2 weeks, no water. Then Wasco just sends it for 1 day and take it back again. I hope we're getting compensation. Our country is really sinking. Such a shame. We have a call. Good afternoon, NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good day, Mr. Poleon.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
And to Amanda.
Good afternoon,
yes.
caller.
Sir, did you hear arrogance exhibited by the Prime Minister of St. Lucia in response to the police welfare, making requests for payments of the insurance? There's money. There's no shortage of money.
Mm-hmm.
And in a glowing sense, like money is not a problem. As if to say, don't you see this elaborate launching we're having every weekend? Do we look like a government or party that is short on money? That is what came across. But interestingly, responding to the Prime Minister, the police welfare is saying that the storehouse is empty, not even toilet paper. Now I'm quoting him verbatim because he said it just a while ago. I listened to it. I heard it on your program.
Yeah.
That not even toilet paper. So it would appear to me like this Prime Minister is disingenuous. He has a proclivity for lies. I don't want to say lies because I know you do not like it, for telling untruths. And I do believe the people of this country needs to look this man in the eye and said, for 4 years, we ask you questions at press briefings. You refuse to answer. And on top of that, when you do your speech to the nation or you respond to questions that have been asked at at length, you then will not be truthful. That means if you're now coming and saying on air that what the police welfare is saying is not true, that simply means one of you isn't telling the truth. And a prime minister must not appear to be a man who is not being truthful, because we depend on him at least that his word means something. Timothy, that's all I wanted to say, and I really thank you for the opportunity to say
Okay,
this.
sir. Thank you so much for calling. WhatsApp message, somebody says there, Tim, have you seen SSC officers in uniform? They look so nasty or dirty because their uniforms are worn out. Some of them are two-tone, so the Police Welfare Association is right when he says that there's no uniform for the police. And let's see if you could go through some of your other messages. Somebody says there, it's high time they remove daily paid workers. Cost of living is really high. We have a call. Good afternoon. You are on the air. Good afternoon, caller. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Timothy Poleon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Sir.
Good afternoon.
Well, Timothy, we have a leader that holds a Bible, and he's swearing that there is nothing but the truth. It's the truth alone he'll talk about. And that's what, to me, Vern God's supposed to arrest the Prime Minister. That's number one. Now, if you see...
arrest the Prime Minister for what, caller?
But he's lying.
No.
He's lying.
We are being ridiculous. There's no need to arrest the Prime Minister. Anyway,
How you mean? But tout mati sans voler. You're supposed to arrest him.
No. Call it,
if the guy now...
Call it, let's not stretch
listen
it.
to me.
No, hold on. Let's be respectful, okay? Let's not call people voler and, and that kind of thing. That's acting reckless.
Okay, I apologize on that.
Yes, sir. Don't do that. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I apologize on that. But what I'm saying, also, the guy who in charge of the police guys, so, if he's saying a lie, they're supposed to arrest him too. That's the way I see it. You understand? But somebody's lying there. And the Prime Minister saying there's money. The invoice was coming yet. That's why the money. And police running every night. Even pigs the police bringing down from Masha. Them things are fair, man. That's ridiculous. Oh my God. Have a good afternoon.
Same to you, sir. Let's see if we have a WhatsApp message. Somebody says there, it is both disheartening and deeply troubling to witness the current state of affairs within the Royal St. Lucia Police Force as it pertains to the issue of uniforms and essential kits for our officers. As the PWA president rightly articulated, there are presently no uniforms available for officers to wear while performing their duties. This is not merely a matter of appearance or formality. It speaks to a broader and more alarming systemic failure that undermines the morale, discipline, and professional image of the force. To be quite frank, I do not believe the Prime Minister is fully aware of the gravity and vastness of this situation. Never before in the long and storied history of the force has the organization faced such a crippling deficiency in its most basic operational provisions. The storerooms are bare, no kits, no caps, no buttons, no materials to produce uniforms. This dire shortage affects every level of the force, from senior and executive members to the lowest ranking constables. Citizens often lament the lack of police visibility and complain that officers are seldom seen on the ground. The truth, however, is far from what it appears. The officers are out there, but in plain clothes, not by choice, but by circumstance. The absence of uniforms has rendered nearly every officer indistinguishable from the public, creating the false perception that the police are inactive or absent. Ironically, we now have an entire police force that looks more like a CID unit than a disciplined and uniformed service. When officers visit the tailoring shops, they are often told that no materials are available, as all focus is being placed on outfitting the new recruits currently in training. While it is important to prepare the next generation of law enforcement officers, it is profoundly unfair that those already in service, those who daily uphold the law and protect the citizenry, are being neglected and left without the most basic necessities to execute their duties with pride and professionalism. It continues, supervisors in turn face unwarranted criticism and blame for their officers' lack of uniformity. yet in truth their hands are tied. How can one enforce a standard when the means to meet it simply do not exist? This shortage has persisted for nearly 5 years, but it has now reached its lowest and most embarrassing point. What makes this situation even more disgraceful is that nowhere else in the Caribbean, or dare I say the world, does a police force exist without uniforms for its men and women to perform their duties. Think about it. Would any reputable security company hire personnel and send them to work without uniforms? The very thought is absurd, yet this is the current reality facing the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. We must do better. It is particularly disconcerting to observe the ease with which funds are seemingly found for other ventures, especially during this period of heightened political activity and campaign spending, while the security arm of the state remains so grossly under-resourced. The government's first obligation should be to ensure that those entrusted with maintaining law and order are properly equipped to carry out their mandate. Yes, commendations are due for the recent provision of bulletproof vests. That was indeed a positive and necessary move. But what sense does it make to have protective gear when officers lack the very uniforms that represent their authority, unity, and discipline? This crisis has gone on for too long. It is no exaggeration to say that discipline within the force has suffered directly as a result. When officers cannot even look the part, the very essence of structure, order, and pride begins to erode. It is time for those in authority to address this issue with the urgency and seriousness it deserves. The men and women of the RSLPF deserve better. If they are to serve with pride, they must first be given the dignity of proper attire. Long WhatsApp message. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. It is called NewsSpin.
KFC, yo, we back with the vibe. Strips and dip combo, flavor that rise. Free crispy strips, fries on the side. 16-ounce drink, sauce for the ride. Order for 25, deal so nice. Go down and crunchy, can't think twice. Barbecue, honey, mustard ranch if you wish. Dip it, dunk it, finger licking bliss. KFC, brandy flavor. Set the mood, strips and dip is back. Finger licking good.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidboutet at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Are you ready? Get set. Let's go green with New Select. No more paper, no more mess. Easy billing, no stress. Use my account to pay online. Pay your bill at any time. Get the stress off your mind. No more standing in line.
Visit newselect.com today and sign up to my account to pay your bill. Request a temporary or new connection or switch an account to your tenant's name. Do it all online.
Personal, paperless. Use the virtual service desk. Are you ready? Get set. Let's go green with New Select.
At Flow, loyalty pays back. Big time. That's why we're rewarding our customers with $400 in vouchers. That's like 6 months off your mobile bill, back in your pocket. Simply add mobile to your current home internet plan and claim your $400 in rewards today. At Flow, loyalty pays back. That's how we keep your rhythm flowing.
Chronic back pain, arthritis, spinal injuries, nerve disorders, even painful cramps. These conditions affect daily life, but you don't have to live with pain. Every day matters when it comes to your health. At La Clinique du Corps, we provide fast, accurate diagnosis with advanced GE-certified MRI technology and internationally recognized specialists. Our focus is safe, effective treatment that restores mobility, relieves pain, and gives you back your quality of life. Call 451-6559 today 451-6559. La Clinique de Corps, because time is vital in health.
At First National Bank, we believe being first means putting you first. Your first home, we've got the mortgage. Starting your first business, count on our commercial loans. Dreaming of your first car? Drive it home today. Heading to college? Let's fund that first big step with a student loan. No matter the milestone, make First National Bank your first choice for all your loan needs. First in service, first in trust, first for you. Call us at 455-7000 or visit your nearest First National Bank branch today so we can help put you first. First National Bank, here for you.
It's coming. The brunch of the century. Welcome to Sunburnt. It's coming. Sunburnt.
What? No water, man. Water in the let's take the cooler from the cooler, dog. Let's take the water. Yes, yeah. Go inside, say. I wish I could, boy. Oh, it's dead of water. Look water. Look it, Tangasa. Wani. Water. Water, mom. I say water. Biggie. Look there, what tongue there, sir. Why? Yeah, send water in there, monsieur. My girl, come outside, move in and smoke. Who you have inside? Nobody? Okay, alright. Stay, Marcella, stay first. Stay, Marcella. Bucket, Wani. She said they have nobody there. Why? Help me. But look there. Come out, my boss. Come out. We gonna help you. Move in the smoke. But look at what tongue there, monsieur. Monsieur, just send water on that. Yeah, Gassa. Yeah, Gassa. Look at bucket, Biggie. Take that bucket, Gassa, doggy. Send, yeah. Go there, my boss. Come. We're helping you. Move. Yeah, send water on that. Send water on that, bad man.
Running commentary of a fire incident which occurred over in Marisol, I think it was yesterday. And as fate would have it, at the time, the United Workers' Party candidate for Grosley was in the area. Her name is Mrs. Marcella Johnson, and she's my guest during this segment on the program NewsSpin. Ma'am, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for making this appearance on this afternoon's program.
Good afternoon, Tim, and thank you very much for having me here today.
You're welcome, ma'am. So, you were just around the area participating in a motorcade when you heard about the fire. How did you get the news in the first place?
Okay. Well, first, what I want to do is really thank the people of Grosley who really came out yesterday to support all the energy, the unity, and the love for country. It was very powerful yesterday. It showed that the spirit of the UWP is alive and that people are ready for change in this country. But what happened yesterday in the midst of all this celebration, as we were going along the Marisil Road, that's the road that takes you to by Windward Island gases around that area. It's unfortunate, but there was a fire, there was crisis, and without any hesitation, no instructions given, and it really shows you the strength of the community. Persons really rushed to get the child and to try to put the fire out. It was really a show of unity and strength yesterday. It was very touching, but we all put our lives at risk. We didn't even think about it, just going in there, just trying to stop the fire, to save this person, just the headache of having to deal with a burnt house. Yeah.
I came across what I describe as a very sickening video where somebody is voicing a message and even claiming that probably you guys started the fire and then put in a big show of coming to rescue this young stud, the young lady, and then trying to put out the fire.
Well, I would hate to think that human beings, first and foremost, because this is about humanity, would make a statement like that. To think that we would set up a fire, it shows you the kind of disrespect that's happening in the society, what we are teaching our children, and this kind of behavior has to stop. Why would persons vying for office to actually come in to make a difference in what's happening in this country, the injustices of this country, because people are feeling it, feeling the struggles, feeling the pain, would do so when all we are concerned about is people, the betterment of their lives and livelihoods. This is just negative energy by persons who wish to distract, spread propaganda, but my focus is not on the negative. It's on the positive, pushing forward, being focused on doing what is best for the country. As you can see from yesterday, the men and women, young and old, who were there, patriots, I would call them, of this country, putting themselves forward, putting their lives at risk to save someone, to save property. They didn't think about themselves. It was about community, action focused by the people. And that is what leadership is about. What I saw yesterday, the strength of unity, it reminds us of what we need to be, united in purpose.
Does that indicate also that as much as it appears that we are divisive as a people politically, that there are things that can unite us on certain occasions?
Yes, there are things that can unite us, and that should be something that must happen every day. What we saw yesterday, the supporters, without hesitation, it wasn't about putting out flames. It was a reflection about who we are as a people, what we need to show in times of need. And it should happen as a matter of just us being human beings, not for self, but for people, for country, you know. That is how we should behave. That is what we should be radiating in society. And it is there. And it needs the kind of leadership that listens, acts, and responds. And I believe that St. Lucia is ready for that kind of leadership.
I realize you're trying to comfort the young lady. What was your interaction with her like? How did she come across?
The young lady was very traumatized. She didn't know what to do because this was happening. So she was kind of trembling. I could actually feel her trembling, her heart beating, you know. So she really needed that support. But a family member came for her. She said it was her cousin and so on.
Okay.
But she was really, at one point she was crying. So this is a very traumatic situation for the family. And they need a lot of support at this point in time. And I'm appealing on all supporters, family members, St. Lucians to really support the family in this time of need.
Fires on the whole, they occur fairly frequently in various parts of the island. What kind of experience can you draw from this, for example, particularly for the constituency of Grosley, in the event that you have future fires, in the event that you win that seat? What is the message for you?
The message is really clear in terms of, as a people, we don't wait for others. We take action first and foremost. And the other point is, it's about making sure that we have the right policies in place, the right procedures. We ensure that our fire service is equipped with the personnel, the equipment, that we have a system that there is urgency to respond to these kinds of situations in quick time. So it's very important. And also, it's not only about the event itself, but the after effects for the victims, the counseling that's needed, because it's a really traumatic situation, you know, and for the family to pick up after, because losing property, it's very costly for things you have acquired for many years. It's not easy to acquire, to regain that overnight.
On the political front now, we're swerving, changing direction. The incumbent won that seat in the last general election, Kenson Casimir, by some 2,053 votes. What gives you the impression that you stand a chance against such a victory?
Well, Tim, what I could tell you, first and foremost, I'm different. I'm a woman, I'm a fighter, I'm a doer. When I say I'm doing something, I do it. I'm action-oriented. Persons who know me in my career and in my everyday life will tell you, when this lady says she's doing something, she's going to get it done. I'm going to hold persons accountable, other team members, my political leader, to get what I want done for the constituency of Grosley. And yes, last election there would have been a wide margin by how Kenson Casimir won the election, but this is not new to Grosley. This is normally how Grosley goes, like a pendulum. It swings from one side to the next. The previous election, Spider would have won with a huge margin. And the people of Grosley have shown you that they are very decisive. They take decisive action. And once you are not doing what you are supposed to do, they take action. They are very decisive. And in this election, I've been on the ground. I know what persons are saying. Persons are saying to me that the current rep is concerned about enriching himself and not about constituents. They are feeling it. They are the ones giving the stories and so on. I'm not in it, they're in it, and I'm there listening. And as I go around, I hear their cries, I feel their pains, I see their suffering. And as a woman, I have lived through certain struggles, and I know what people are going through. And I want to see the future of Grosley different. I want to see the youth are treated different, the elderly are treated differently. We want to ensure that the health centers has enough medication to take care of the elderly. Don't tell me, when you are an elderly person, you're retired, over 65, sometimes the little pension that you get, and some of them don't even have pensions because they would not have paid into NIC. You have to take that money to buy expensive medication that you cannot find at the health center. And sometimes that's more than a week's wages. No, that cannot continue to happen. We have to take care of the elderly. These are persons who have built their lives, so we need to ensure that we have social programs in place for them, that our health care can take care of them adequately. And that is why under the United Workers' Party, we are going to ensure that we provide medical insurance coverage up to $75,000 for every person in this country, so that they don't have to push money into their pockets to go to the hospital anymore or to get their medication. You have that insurance and it will be able to take care of those bills. Persons need that kind of reprieve, especially at a time in this country when the cost of living is rising. Prices are skyrocketing. Every week you go to the supermarket, the prices are changing. Gas prices are high when it could have been reduced by over $4, and it has stuck at $16. Persons are feeling the brunt of it because gas, you would not know it, the majority of persons would not know it, But energy costs affect every facet of businesses. It's in your transportation. It's in the cost of production of your goods. It's in your distribution. It's in everything. So even if the gas price is not reduced at the pump, the businesses are feeling it, and those prices are passed on to the consumers. So we are all feeling the brunt of the cost of living, and the government could have done something about it, and they have failed the people of St. Lucia. They have truly failed because they could have done something to ease the burdens. Even that health and security levy, that oppressive tax of 2.5%, which they put on the backs of the people. They put it on the backs of the people under the impression that it was supposed to be for health and security. And we found out a few months later that no, it was because of prescriptions for a loan. And the people of St. Lucia did not know that. So what they were saying to us is that foreign banks and foreigners would have guided the tax on the backs of St. Lucia, whereas we put you as a government to protect the people of St. Lucia. And that is not happening. This government has failed the people of St. Lucia. And the people of St. Lucia came out in huge numbers to that motorcade yesterday. They were not paid, they were not pushed, they turned out. And you saw that massive crowd we had yesterday. They came out because there's hope and they want change. And the people of St. Lucia are ready for change. If you were there yesterday, you would have seen it. The people of St. Lucia are ready for change. They are ready to unite to bring back that kind of hope we need for this nation, the kind of leadership that we need to take St. Lucia forward.
Just so there from the United Workers' Party candidate for Groseley, Mrs. Marcella Johnson. Still to come, your calls. Want you to interact with her if you have any question to pose to her. But let's take a commercial break. The broadcast will continue in just a moment with your calls and your WhatsApp messages.
Ouais, messieurs, pas jodi moi la ka espérer plein bon glow. Si t'en la pani pressure. Moi ni tank, moi ni glow, mais money pressure. Ou savez ça moi besoin? A pomme. Ça c'est bêtise. Moi ka aller ko Europa. Yo ni toute pomme pour toute condition. Qui pour kay, qui pour business. Yo ni pli mer pour pomme cette ici. Yo ka ranger pomme aussi qui besoin service. Prendre pomme yo c'est Léo. Pomme ça c'est major. I bon tout bonnement. Tant si ten moi actuellement. Glo ka fonte. Europa ni pomme glo Léo ada pour les 9 juin et gris. Visitez Europa ambassade Groseley. Les mots au téléphone 452 0763.
Don't tell me that tire flat again. I just changed that tire.
Wait, what? You just changed that tire?
Well, I bought a used one because you didn't give me enough money.
Oh, I see. Well, you know what? Chivi's Tire Shop only carry brand new quality tires at affordable prices with free installation.
Hey, it seems you're working at Chivi's Tire Shop. How you know all that?
Come on, Brenda. The tire shop down the road from our home in the American Drywall Building.
Oh, yes. I forgot. Well, you know what, Patrick? Let's go there right now. Take your wallet. Let's go.
Chivi's Tire Shop, located at the American Drywall Building, Vic Bouteille. Call or WhatsApp 584-5986. Chivi's Tire Shop. Pay less, drive more.
Lucilec averti ou pour point précaution durant saison cyclone Salah. Mi an ti commission qui kaywen de ou protéger la vie ou ek propriétaire ou. Kouye Lucilec avant ou trim et ben couper pied bois qui poué ligne électrique. Veillez pour ligne courant électrique avant ou monter l'échelle. Fait assurer l'échelle, scaffold et bout d'outil ou ka servi pas vini moins qui 10 pieds hors ligne courant électrique. Pas jamais servi appliance et ben outils qui ka servi courant électrique. Des wall côté qui mouillé et ben en la pli. Ça c'était en commission hors Lucilec.
Tired of sky-high bills and a planet on the brink? It's time to go green without burning your pockets. At First National Bank, we are here to make saving the planet affordable. Whether you're installing solar panels, purchasing a water tank, upgrading to an inverter AC, or buying a hybrid vehicle, we've got the green to help you go green. fast approval, low interest rates, and Mother Nature approved. Your future self will thank you. Visit firstnationalbankonline.com or call 455-7000 for more information to help you turn your green dreams into clean realities. First National Bank, here for you.
It's in the feeling and how we talk. It's in the meaning and our spark. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are. Cause the rhythm of life keeps pumping. Together going strong. No matter what, we keep things flowing. Before we will go all in. Our hands up in the sky. Celebrating. Come let your rhythm flow.
KFC, yo, we back with the vibe. Strips and dip combo, flavor that rise. 3 crispy strips, fries on the side. 16-ounce drink, sauce for the ride. Order for 25, deal so nice. Go down and crunchy, can't think twice. Barbecue, honey, mustard ranch if you wish. Dip it, dunk it, finger licking bliss. KFC, running flavor, set the mood. Strips and dip is back, finger licking good.
Chronic back pain, arthritis, spinal injuries, nerve disorders, even painful cramps. These conditions affect daily life, but you don't have to live with pain. Every day matters when it comes to your health. At La Clinique du Corps, we provide fast, accurate diagnosis with advanced GE-certified MRI technology and internationally recognized specialists. Our focus is safe, effective treatment that restores mobility, relieves pain, and gives you back your quality of life. Call 451-6559 today. 451-6559. La Clinique du Corps, because time is vital in health.
Yes. That was the Lucia Top 5 for Carnival 2025. Yes. Welcome back to Real Men Take Charge, guys. Real Men Check Up.
To all my listeners out there, visit a men's health clinic in your area today.
PSA checkups are now free.
It's private, it's quick, it's efficient, and convenient.
Music touches the soul, but health keeps the rhythm going. Fellas, it's time to check your PSA levels. It's free, it's simple, it can save your life.
Brothers, do you not know that your bodies are the temples of the Holy Spirit? Let us be wise stewards of our lives. Prostate test saves lives. Let us not wait until it is too late.
To be a champion, you need to show up for yourself. I'm encouraging every man to take the step. Get checked. Stay strong. Do it for the team. Do it for your family.
My daddy is a hero, and I want him around for a very long time. Daddy, if you care about me, please take care of your health.
I faced colon and prostate cancer head on, and I'm still standing. Early detection saved my life. If I can do it, so can you. Don't wait. Get tested. It's free, it's simple, and it will definitely save your life also.
Real men.
Real men.
Real men take charge.
Real men check up.
Need branded apparel that looks sharp and shows up on time? Welcome to Imprinted Designs, where every stitch counts. We specialize in custom embroidery and t-shirt printing for businesses, teams, events, you name it. From embroidered logos on polished Oxford shirts, available in a variety of colors for men and women, to bold, high-quality printed tees that turn heads, we do it all. Bring your own shirts or choose from ours. Small runs, big orders, rush jobs, no problem. At Imprinted Designs, we're built for speed, efficiency, and clean professional results delivered on time, every time. So if you want your brand to stand out, not wait around, come down to Imprinted Designs at the Valmore Plaza or hit us up at 451-2920 or email address imprinteddesignsSLU@gmail.com. Imprinted Designs, where every stitch counts.
calling, 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 calling. NewsSpin calling, 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 calling. NewsSpin calling, 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 calling. Across the land, all across the world, echoes of voices, we join hand in hand. Harmony rise in the afternoon sun. Come along, NewsSpin has begun. NewsSpin is the best, better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world. True from St. Lucia to sandy shores, from cities and hills to the Caribbean breeze. We sing together, hearts at ease, education to open every mind. Learn about your country, leave no one behind. When we NewsSpin is on your radio, come along hands in hands, voices in unity, singing loud. NewsSpin, News the best, better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world. St. Lucian's heart to the world's every land. Knowledge unites us hand in hand. Yeah, Tim on NewsSpin call, bridging gaps between us all. Voices lift on high, under one sky we unify. Tim on NewsSpin call, bridging gaps between us all. Voices lift on high, under one sky we unify. NewsSpin is on education for all, from city streets to mountains tall. Learn your history, share your dreams, together we light the world with our gleam. NewsSpin is the best, better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world. Better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world. NewsSpin is the best, better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world. Yeah, NewsSpin is the best, better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world.
Most monitored talk show in the world takes your calls right now at 452-2979. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. 716-2026. And we're taking calls for my guest. And my guest is Mrs. Marcella Johnson, the United Workers' Party candidate for Grosley. Once again, 452-2979. We have a call on the landline. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Timothy, pleasant good afternoon to you and your listeners all
Good afternoon.
over the world.
Please make it as brief as possible, and if you want to pose a question to my guest, because we want to take as many calls as possible.
Okay. First of all, I would like to say good afternoon to Marcella, PW on the line.
Good afternoon.
My question to her. It is said that the wheels of development runs very slowly in this country. And I see most of the private development of hotels happening in and around the Grosley town itself. I still like to call it a village. But very little development is taking place in the village. I'm talking about grassroots development, like open drains. I'm talking about sidewalks, parks. You understand? There are a lot of recreational areas like the square that has not been developed by this administration. What are you going to do when you get into office to do some of the grassroots projects in the Grosley village itself?
Okay, thank you so much for calling.
Thank you for that question, caller. That's something I have been lamenting about for a very long time, because when I look at Grosley, a lot of the wealth is concentrated in Grosley, yet it is not being channeled to the grassroots, like you're saying. Around Grosley, the town of Grosley is not being developed properly. And St. Lucia is driven by tourism destination. Yet we don't have enough attractions around Grosley that can create employment for our youth. There's a lot of opportunity to develop the town of Grosley. As you're saying, the drains, we need to look at what must be done to fix the drains, because the drains, the water is not draining properly, and there's a stench that's created all over the town of Grosley, and you have residents who live in this. So we need to fix that, the sidewalks, as you are saying, but more important, we need to look at the housing needs of the community as well. We need to look at what can be done to attract the revenue from tourism into the town so that more persons can benefit from tourism, and not only on a Friday night that revenue should be generated from the town, but we need to rebrand Grosley. It became a town in 1985, so we need to rebrand the town, make it a unique attraction for persons so that the tourists can come in. We need to look at what we do to the waterfront, the restaurants we create, the souvenir shops that we create, to make it attractive so that people can come into Grosley. We also have a cultural identity in the constituency. You also have the Secret Solo Band with this music that, it's part of our culture, and we have not brought that out enough to the tourists. So there's a lot of opportunity, and that's something I'm going to look at with consultation with the people, the stakeholders, to operators, so that we can look at what we can do to transform what is happening in the town of Grosley, to make it better for the people so that more lives can be impacted.
We'll take some more calls once again for my guest. Her name is Marcella Johnson, United Workers' Party candidate for Grosley. 4522979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Somebody says, we need our bus stop unblocked in La Guerre, please. Is that something you can address? Is no?
No, so you don't have a La Guerre. We have a critical situation with the bus stop in Grosley. Grosley needs a bus stop, because when you go through Grosley on an afternoon, you see the number of persons standing by the roadside. So there's need for it. Even a proper bus route throughout certain parts of the constituency where you don't get the bus system regularly, even on the weekends. So there's lack of freedom of movement in certain areas, and we also need to address that. So that is something that is of priority to me as well.
I thought you had a La Guerre in Grosley as well. No.
Babu, no. Yeah.
Okay. 4522979, 4522979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. If you want to pose a question to Mrs. Johnson, let me see there. I think we have a call. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon, team, and good afternoon to Miss Marcella Johnson.
Yes, good afternoon to you, caller. Quick contribution, please.
Quick contribution. I want to take this opportunity to thank you, Miss Marcella Johnson, for putting yourself up. I know you have the capacity, you have the ability to create change in Grosley, and I know you're going to do that job. I want to congratulate you and your team for putting your lives on the line yesterday in the line of fire, because you came. Based on the video, you were not put to as to who it was. You just jump into action. You and your team, and it was a very good effort. It shows that you possess what I call leadership, and the people believe in you, and they're with you. And I want to congratulate you and your team for putting your lives online, because you guys were not trained in firefighting, but in the spur of the moment, you jumped into action to save a life, to save lives and property. So you must be commended, and I want to tell you to keep up the good work, keep the focus, and I'm sure, I'm very, very, very confident that you will bring that Grosley seat home to the United Workers' Party. Have a good day.
Thank you,
Thank you so much for calling. 4522979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We could take at least 2 more calls, and then we'll have the final word from Marcella Johnson. Let's see there. We have another call. Good afternoon to you. Quick contribution, please. Go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, Timothy.
Hi, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Marcella.
Good afternoon,
Marcella.
Hi.
I was watching you. I couldn't be with you yesterday, and I was watching you. And girl, let me tell you.
Is that so?
I think it is just.
No, that's Laura
yes,
Japierre Noel.
Oh, Laura. Okay.
Laura Japierre Noel.
Oh. Yes, you got it right, Timothy.
Go ahead.
So, I just want to commend you. I want to lend my voice to that. When you were running, I'm like, oh my gosh, where's she running? And I thought to myself, but you would have done the same. So it must be something that's coming over us. The sense of putting others before you. Timothy, I was listening to the clip that you were playing of the Prime Minister, where he was saying that the government has the money to pay for the insurance for the police officers. And what I take umbrage with the Prime Minister for is the length of time that it takes for him to respond to a national concern. Every time there's a national concern, it takes him days to respond to that concern, and I take umbrage to that. It is passing strange, Timothy, that the Prime Minister has an entire team of media and communications professionals at his disposal, yet his responses are so delayed. Is it because, and I'm asking the question because, without information, speculation is right. Is it because that it takes that length of time to find a loophole to create an illusion that the accuser is being dishonest or unstable? And along these same lines, is it true, Timothy, that the country is currently without a commissioner of police because his contract has expired? I don't know. I'm asking the question. If so, what exactly is the holdup in renewing or replacing him? Could it be that he no longer wishes to serve as a whipping boy to this current regime? It is at a time when almost every week another young man's blood soaks our nation's soil. Our country looks bleak, directionless, and leaderless. Now, finally, Timothy, I just wanted to make another appeal to the district representative for Labrie and Auger. Why is it so that your AGM is being held at the vendors market when the very, very same vendors for whom the market was built continue to languish and to operate in substandard conditions tucked away behind God's back? Was the market built for celebration or for vending? This seems to be the MO of our district rep, because as you would have heard me say in recent past, the field, Desmond Collymore Park, has lights on it, which has never been turned on for the sports enthusiasts and the youth of our community. They have to continue to train in the dark in preparation for representing our district. That is appalling, sir. And every time we mention something, even the very vendors market that he is so proud of, we had to ask him, for God's sake, stop making empty promises. You have promised the vendors a market. We want you to honor that promise. And then he built the market. We talked about the Dearbois Road, and then he went to fix the Dearbois Road. We talked about the lights, and then the lights came on, albeit for Lawaz and for the Teachers Appreciation Day. And now we see that Auger is now getting lights. It cannot be that we continue to repose our belief, our trust, and our faith in this district rep when for 20 years he has done next to nothing. And from what I understand, Timothy, I am supposed to have my office opening on Wednesday. He has put his AGM on Wednesday, and he's coming with none other than Kennedy Anthony, a man who for almost 30 years represented the district of Beaufort South with nothing to show for it, Timothy. Nothing to show for it. What is Kenny Anthony coming to tell us in Labrie? How to destroy the South further? Because when Beaufort South is destroyed, the South in its entirety is destroyed. When Beaufort South has nothing to show for it, when businesses are closing down, it means that people in Labrie, people from Choiseul, people from Beaufort North, and even as far as Micoud North cannot get work in the South. We are tired. Okay. We are tired. And this is one of the reasons why I have put myself up for representation. Please, people, stop feeding the people of the South garbage. We are tired. Thank you so much, Timothy.
Thank you so much. You just heard there from Laura Pierre Noel, who is the United Workers' Party candidate for Labrie. Let's see if we get a final call and then the final word from you, Mrs. Johnson. We have a call on the line. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air. Final contributor. Hello. Okay, let's see if we get another call. Once again, 452-2979 WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Somebody says there, can you tell Mrs. Marcella Johnson, thank you for me, please? She assisted me well during the time of school for my kids. This is coming from a young lady who came to her for assistance in the Rodney Bay office. I thank you, and thank you to your secretary.
You're welcome.
Okay, we have a call via WhatsApp. Hello, good afternoon. Final call, you're on the air. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to you.
Hi, Timothy.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to Marcella as well and Amanda.
Good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, please.
Marcella, this is Nisa calling from Miami.
Oh, hi, Nisa. Nice to hear your voice.
And I just felt I needed to call to commend you for your whole weekend of activities. First of all, with the Sunday Live, I think you did an awesome job with that, having the very first outdoor Sunday Live. You also, with your motorcade, I really enjoyed it. I love to see your energy and how you went through the constituency, just greeting everybody and, making everybody feel so welcome with your team. And to also commend you and your team for stepping in with the fire victims yesterday as well. So I just felt the need to call and just commend you and to tell the people of Grosley that when Marcella wins, you all win. Have a good afternoon.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you, Nisa, and you've worked with me at the bank, so you know me, you know what I'm capable of. So thank you for that.
Final comments from you, ma'am?
Okay. Tim, I just want to take a moment to thank everyone again, the team, for putting on the weekend's activities together, the young people who came out, the people who were by the road waving their flags, the drivers, everyone who came out, every single persons who I may have forgotten. I want to thank everyone, the support from the community, and it just shows when we come together as a community, what we can achieve together. And that was very apparent yesterday. So it shows that we can unite with pride, with progress, with dignity, to put St. Lucia forward, to make St. Lucia the place we want it to become. And we can all do that together with unity. So I just want to tell St. Lucians that we must unite as one. No matter our political affiliation, we have to come together for the good of this country, for the good of people, because first and foremost, we are human beings.
Thank you so much for being my guest during this segment on the program. A NewsSpin just heard there from Mrs. Marcella Johnson, who is the United Workers' Party candidate for Grosley. Finally, our NewsSpin news of the day. The NewsSpin news of the day reads, Hamas demands release of October 7th attackers in exchange for hostages. Hamas demands release of October 7th attackers in exchange for hostages. As a broadcast, don't forget to like the video, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the notification bell to help the channel grow. My name is Timothy Poleon. I'll be back, God willing, same time tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 to host another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. Goodbye.